Alright, hopefully this is a good picture for you guys. What I've got is right here, this little guy with the X on it. Not sure if you can see it. We got either a cross-threaded or a seized lug nut here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on getting them off, and I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through the process on it. First thing we'll do is we'll hit the parking brake, which we already did. Now we'll get the rest of the lug nuts off. Make sure you're in reverse. This will be our bad one there. Oh, no, actually this is our bad one. And you can kind of see how he stops turning. So let's get the good one here. Oh, maybe we got two bad ones. That's not good. These darn Nissans, man. I don't know if they're prone to lug nuts or not. I know when I bought them at the dealership, they were none too surprised that people were buying them. They said they sell a lot of lug studs. So now I want to feel what's going on these guys that don't want to come off. So we'll start here. Ugh. And ideally what happens is it'll snap rather than break. So we'll go back the other way a little bit. We're gonna just try and rock him a bit and see, he'll screw on, but he doesn't want to come off. There he goes. So either broke, and all right, there we go. Stud broke off, nut came off. Perfect result. Worst case scenario, you don't break the stud. Instead what happens is you break like the end of the nut off and leave the acorn on there, and then you're drilling. So let's see if we can get this next guy here. Let's go ahead and do that same little rocking action. Sorry about the sweat drips. It's hot. This is hard work. There it is. And snap. He's off. And as you can see, there's a lug stud in the nut. Tell you what, two best possible results right there. A lot of times that can be horrible. Well, I'm gonna hit the video, get the tires rotated, and then I'm gonna move on to the replacement. All right, I'm doing a tire rotation while I got this tire off to replace not one, but two broken studs. But what I wanted to show you is the guy that worked on this before me, he must have been kind of ham-fisted to do that. What I do to try and avoid that is I just take this, it's torque stick 65 and a nut, and I hand start them. I don't try and start them with the impact. Starting them with the impact is what causes that, because the impact can power through a cross-threaded nut. Your hands on a torque stick can't. And then I'll use this torque stick on the impact while it's in the air. It's only 65 pounds. It'll take them generally to about 70 plus. And then I'll finish them once I lower the truck to the ground with the actual 98 foot-pounds that Nissan says you should use with a real torque wrench. But whatever I do, my final tightening, well, my initial tightening and my final tightening is done by hand. The impact is for loosening and getting them close. Anyhow, that's it. I'm going to finish the tire rotation, and then I'll start the video again and show you the stud replacement. Alright, we're back. Next step is to, with any luck, get the brake caliper off without too much fighting. Hopefully there's no fighting. So it's going to be the caliper itself, I believe, is 14s, and then the caliper bracket is going to be 19s. It's kind of a tight fit, not real easy to get an impact in there. Oh, am I going the right way? Yep. Nice and easy, don't need an impact for that. Where you at there, buddy? Very nice. Alright, we'll take our caliper off. Leaf spring gives you a nice little place to set everything with any luck, and it won't fall down. I should probably put it right on that bump stop. So we're just gonna work it in just a little bit so it'll come off nice and easy and go back on nice and easy. There we go. Nice and loose. Alright, oh. Not gonna be able to put that there, am I? Alright, hang on, I'm gonna go get a hook. I'm back. Got my hook. Just gotta figure out exactly where I want it. Gonna be able to put it up there? Probably not. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautimous. Alright, now the 19s. And these boys are gonna be a little bit harder, I think. These guys are going to be tough. All right, one down. We're just going to go till the ratchet won't go anymore. Now the other guy. Nice. I'm going to be honest with you. Pretty pleased so far. I'm gonna go get one other tool to speed this up. Alright. This is a luxury tool that I got here. Total waste of money, but man is it nice. Can't do it by hand, can't fit an impact, get yourself this little bad boy right here. There we go. All right. Set your caliper bracket to the side. And now, let's go release the parking brake, because if this guy won't spin, it ain't coming on. Alright, parking brake has been released. Do we have action? We got spin. This guy should just shimmy right off. You guys seeing this? Shimmy right off, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. So, here's our two busted studs. Right here. This guy and this guy. parking brake, we should be able to replace them without needing to take the brake off. Pretty sure I can back them in here and then pull them through. Now normally you can knock these studs off just fine with a regular hammer, but I've always felt like the little there she goes. I don't know. I like this a little better than the regular hammer. I feel like it does less residual impact to the vehicle. Got it. And don't do what I did there. You want it right here. This is your magic spot to get them out. Don't worry, we didn't do any damage. All right. Time to go get the new studs and the stud tool and see if we can put them in. So you can use washers or this fancy little tool here to put it on. What I do recommend you do though, regardless of what choice you make, is so cinch it up there so that way you can feel the knurls engage where it was. And this is what I'm going to recommend you do. This is a bulk through nut that you can buy on Amazon. And the reason you want to buy this is because it will ruin your lug nuts if you use them to push them on. All right, here we go. That's it. Just like that. And we have successfully seated the first one. Very nice. Let me get you a nice little shot behind there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if I can get the light in there for you. This guy right here. Beautiful. We're gonna do one more. I gotta go grab them out of the freezer. I do put the lug studs in the freezer for, actually I'll give you this view for when we're putting this one in. That might be kind of interesting. But I do put the lug studs in the freezer before I do this to make them a little smaller, and you saw how easily that one slid in. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay, don't worry. I'll edit it so this doesn't happen. So this is that pass-through lug that I was talking about. You buy them in bulk off of Amazon. That way you save your real lug nuts. All right. Now this one is a Dorman instead of a Nissan. I can't quite find the area or the little pegs. This one may not go as smooth. The Nissan one just slid right in, almost like it was designed to go there. Well, let's see what we got. There it is. It's in. Woo, hot. Hot, 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 hot. That was it. Yep, that guy is in there nice and tight. Very nice. All right, well, we're all done. All right, I lied. 76 foot-pounds on these big bolts. Man, I don't know if this torque wrench is going to be long enough for this, but we're going to give it a shot. Oh, one. This is about the upper end of this torque wrench. Two. Double check. Nice. One more. Check up here. Perfect. 76 there. So we're at 20. Back it off one. We're at 19. All right. So we're at 19 foot-pounds. We'll flip back to the 14 millimeter. Take our caliper bracket, or take our caliper off here. There we go. We should just slide right back on because we gave ourselves a little bit of extra room. Push in those slide pins, they're nice and mobile. Gotta like it. Come on, up just a little bit, guy. Now, if you ever lose track of what way to put your calipers on, it's actually pretty easy to figure it out. Again, I always start stuff by hand. But what you do is the bleeder goes on top. Can't really bleed from the bottom. Air is going to float, right? So bleeder on top. All right. Let's get some clickage. $19. Two clicks. And when using a torque wrench, you don't ever want to hold it with a cheater or anything like that. You only want to grab the handle. Torque is a function of force times distance. So if you hold it further out, you actually get less. If you hold it closer to it, you end up at a higher torque setting. So these wrenches are designed to be held by the handle and only by the handle. There you go, click. All right, we're all done. I'm gonna put the tire on without you guys watching. I've been dripping sweat like crazy. And then I'll see you tomorrow morning when I'm gonna do a bunch of fluid changes.